friends, and welcome. Today we're going to do this very cute lemon boy. I don't know if you've heard about the Cavetown music, and it's just a lovely music, and they have a song and an album called Lemon Boy, and with that album they have like a little avatar, kind of like a little mascot, and he's very cute, and we're gonna make him today. So for that, we're going to start by grabbing our background color. This is a parentheses. For these types of projects, it is very important that you get the right colors. However, you can always make, executive decisions and change out or swap out colors like I am doing, because I do not have that very pastel-y kind of orangey color for the background. Heck, I don't even have the right lemon color yellow. It looks on camera it looks better, but real life it doesn't look like the actual pattern. So I'm gonna be swapping out the background color for this, kind of like, embracing the orange and going all the way orange for the background. And for that, we're going to chain 27 chains. We are going to do a Tunisian simple stitch. So after we have done our 27 chains, we're going to work onto the back side. You'll know it's the back side because if you run your fingers through it, you'll feel little bumps, and we're actually going to work onto those bumps. This very first bump we're going to skip because it corresponds to this very first loop, and actually we're going to keep all of our loops on our hook. So this very first bump we're skipping, and we go straight to the second one. Just like that, inserting, yarning over, pulling, and keeping our loops on our hook. We go straight to our third bump, yarn over, pull through, and we go on with this method all the way down our row. If you've noticed, our original pattern has the little lemon boy going straight, raw dogging it onto the very first row. We're not going to do that because it's a little bit too complicated, and I do not want to get into the nitty-gritty of how to change colors within your foundation chain. So I just opted to add a solid color for the very first row. We should end up with 27 loops on our hook. So now that we have all of our 27 loops on our hook, we're going to do a return pass, which is unique for Tunisian simple stitch. We are going to yarn over, pull through that very last loop on our hook. For our chain one, this is going to be our chain one. We're going to yarn over, pull through two, pull through two, pull through two, all the way down our row. So now that we have all of this done, we're going to go straight to our second row, which is the actual first row for our pattern. This loop counts as one, so we're just going to grab and pull apart our previous row, and as you can see, this little stacks or those little loops of yarn, we're going to work onto those. We're going to insert our hook onto that front loop only, yarn over and pull. Just like that. We're going to grab our next color. In this case, the outline is going to be this very light brown color, and we are just going to insert our hook onto the very next loop, yarn over with a new color, just like that. And then we get to introduce our lemon color. And just like we did with the brown, we're just going to go straight to our next stitch, yarn over with a new color. We are going to do 3 with this yellow color. I like to move my tail back and forth onto the actual working stitch or the working yarn so that it catches and is nice and secure. Our next loop is going to be this brown color. So I just grab my brown, pull it all the way over here, yarn over, and that's it. For the actual shirt of our lemon boy, we're going to introduce this white yarn, and it's going to be for 11 stitches. Remember to, if you like, move your tail back and forth so that you don't have to weave it in at the end. And then what I like to do is I like to introduce a second skein of yarn for the outline so that I do not waste my yarn from going all the way over here to all the way over here. So I just grab my yarn, pull through, and the same goes with the lemon color. We're going to do 3 stitches with this yellow color. One more with our brown, and we should end up with 4 background color stitches. And remember how I told you that we only use that very front loop? For this edge, I actually like to hook both of these 2 loops so that it catches and it doesn't warp our edge, and it's nice and secure. So now for our return pass, we are just going to do exactly the same thing. Yarn over, pull through that very last loop on our hook. That's going to be our chain 1, and it's true for every row. So now we're going to yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. And this is our new rule that we have. So whenever we have 2 different color stitches on our hook, our first one and our second one, we always use that second color stitch to pull through. So we were working with our orange, we're going to drop it, we're going to grab our brown, yarn over, pull through that orange loop, pull through that brown loop, just like that. Once again, we switch colors for our yellow little friend. We yarn over, pull through that brown, pull through that yellow, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, just like that. We were working with our yellow, we switched to our brown, just like that. Once again, we switch, we use that white color, pull through 2 until we have our next color change. Now we grab our brown, yarn over, pull through 2, switch our colors to that yellow, pull through 2, switch back to our brown, and finally we do our orange color. And just like that, I have told you how to introduce colors, how to switch, how to do your forwards and backwards or return pass. And this is actually where I leave the explanation, because everything that you need to know is within these 2 rows right here. So of course, I always leave down below the Pinterest pin that I'm following, or you can always take a screenshot of the picture on screen, and I will also include an additional link for the Cavetown Lemon Boy music and album.